everybody, John here. Welcome to the review of the LEGO Bad Batch Attack Shuttle. So today we're going over set number 75314, the Bad Batch Attack Shuttle. So this is, based off the TV show, the Star Wars The Bad Batch. It's a sequel kind of series to the Clone Wars. The season finale is going to be tomorrow. I'm going to try to launch it or try to put this out today, the day before. So the season finale is coming out tomorrow. Show's been incredible so far, but I wanted to go over the first of the Bad Batch, sets coming out. Since season finale is coming up tomorrow, there's no better time to really go over this, except unless it was tomorrow. But anyway, let's get into this. We got like 5 or so figures here. Yeah, we got like 5 or 6 actually, because we got the Bad Batch crew plus little Gog Droid. So this is the first of many. I'm sure once the season's over next year, there's probably going to be a few more Bad Batch sets, including characters from the show like Omega and maybe other clones here and there. But this came out before the show actually aired, I want to say. So we did see Crosshair in his little Imperial garb beforehand, and that's why Omega's not here to try to to avoid spoilers and stuff. So that's why she's not here yet. But I'm sure she's gonna come up later on. Probably Fennec is gonna be in there and everything. But yeah, so let's get into it. So the set itself is about 969 pieces. I'm sure we're gonna have some extras, here and there. But as a whole, it's not too terrible. A little under 1,000 pieces, and this set is going to be about, I think it's $99.99, so it's about $100. Oh boy, it's a lot of bags. Yeah. So this set, oh look, so we got the fancy instructions in the bag here, and we got some stickers for the ship and the little speeders, it seems. So yeah, there's about 9 stickers, not too terrible, honestly. And then there's gonna be a total, because I'm not gonna try to count these, and just look at this real quick. We have 7 bags, so not too bad, honestly. I mean, we start off small. It's gonna be like the 2 little speeders at first, and then we're gonna get into the ship and probably bring out the crew and everything. So yeah, we're gonna cut back in when we're done building the ship. Alright guys, so here we have Crosshair. I did want to go over him first since he's the odd one out of the Bad Batch because he does have his Imperial uniform on. He gets this in the first episode of the series after his inhibitor chip is enhanced, so he's a bit more compliant than the rest of the Bad Batch. He does come with his little sniper rifle, and it's the same molded helmet as Hunter and Echo, Hunter and Echo in this set, as well as the same type of helmet that the Phase 2 Rex had that LEGO did, as well as the Bad Batch, the 501st Battle Pack. He doesn't have any holes in the side of his helmet or anything for there to be a rangefinder. I think that's a big loss on LEGO. I'm not sure why they got rid of that feature. It's a little frustrating, but I did want to go over him just because he's the Imperial one, and I'm going to be doing edits in his helmet and stuff in this little video. So did want to show him off. This is how you get him in the set. I'm going to take his helmet off right now. Alright, now here we have him without the helmet. He actually does have, a nice face printing. It's not shown up on the box or anything like that, on the front or the back. And we haven't seen him until the set was released with the helmet off. But he actually does look pretty good. He's got that nougat color, similar to the rest of the clones do, with the new printing or, this new wave of, clones, starting with the 501st Battle Pack. And, he's got the little crosshair over his eye, and his cheeks are a little sunk in there to show that he's a little bit thinner. But yeah, so this is Crosshair, and real quick, we're going to go over a little edit that I'm going to be doing with this helmet to make it look a little bit better. Alright, so here we have Crosshair's helmet. It's the Imperial helmet. It's similar to the clone one, but it's a little, it's black. It's got the green visor. And I took I'm going to put it in the bottom left, the size. It's a 1/16, I'm pretty sure, size drill bit, and or a 1.5 millimeter drill bit. And I did drill into the side of the helmet here in the hole, or to make a little hole here. It's there, you'll see there's a little a bump there on the side where there's a little bit of a circle there. If this camera could just focus, that'd be awesome. You could see it kind of right there. I'm gonna try to zoom in and everything too. I just drilled there on the other side, and then I'm gonna plug in a rangefinder that I have. It's not the one that Lego has from a custom Bad Batch figure that I got because it was before this set was announced. I got like a custom Crosshair. It's based off the OG Crosshair, but I did want to give him that rangefinder. The one from Lego is too big or too small to like go in like that size of a hole, but there's nothing else really smaller than this when it comes to drill bits unless you have like something custom done, but I did not have accessibility to that. So I just went to Walmart really quick and got like a $2 thing of super glue. I'm going to plug it in there. We're going to see how it looks. Alright guys, well I just glued on the little rangefinder. It looks pretty good, honestly. Like, and it's the fat, like every piece of super glue, I got like the little cheapest thing. It's like a little tiny tube. It's like instant like binding, so it's like boom, it's already on there. Like, looks pretty good. Like, you know, this is the first time like ever I've ever done an edit like this for a Lego thing where I've actually like drilled a hole into something or does something crazy. Like when I was younger, I used to like color some things in with Sharpie, but this is the greatest extent I've ever gone to for something like this. And I feel like it was like you have to do it, honestly. Like I feel like it was like it needed to be done because that's like such an iconic part of his character, and Lego just really messed up on that one. But yeah, I think it looks really cool. So try this at home if you want to. Please be very careful because, you know, you could easily mess up. I use a little pin to try to like jam a little bit of a hole in there, like a starter thing for the drill bit to like kind of accept and then went into. So like guided it. But yeah, so there's Crosshair's helmet. So later on when we're going to put up, let's put it on him real quick. There we go. Now there's Crosshair. All right. Like, this is how you do it, Lego. Don't drill holes into all of your helmets, but I mean, like, come on, just give us something. Like, we need the rangefinder on the character that where it's the most prominent and like a piece of their character because he's the sniper. But wow, it really looks. I really do like how this came out. So yeah, let's move on. All right, next up in the Bad Batch, we got Hunter, the leader. So he comes with a little knife here. He actually doesn't come with a blaster. He gets 2 knives, actually, but I just gave him 1 because he only uses 1 knife. But yeah, so he's got that, you know, the nice printing there. He's got a new face, or he's got a, you know, a printed face, but he keeps, you know, that same coloring, which I really like, is that they're keeping it, you know, consistent with that. And then as they're doing now with the newer sets, they're providing an extra, like, hairpiece for them. So this is Hunter's hairpiece. It is like that kind of Rambo-esque, you know, type of hair. And he actually does have another head on the other side. Alright, so you see Hunter actually has the headband. There's a little skull there to, you know, show off Clone Force 99, but it's not really visible underneath the hairpiece, so that's a little bit of a miss. But we got a little angrier face on the other side of Hunter. So that's pretty cool. You know, he gets the little double face there, and he actually does get the double face because he has that hairpiece, you know, when he has the helmet off. Crosshair doesn't because he's a bald character, so kind of weird if you get another face on the other side of his, you know, head. Alright, and then here we have Hunter with the helmet on. So again, it's like that same 501st Battle Pack clone helmet. Same thing as Crosshair's helmet and Echo's helmet. No thing for a rangefinder or anything, but that's okay because he doesn't get one. Wishing the mold was a little bit more unique for Hunter because he doesn't have that fin at the top and it's a little bit more stretched. You know, even if you just remove the fin at the top, it might have looked a little bit better, but, you know, I understand. I guess they were trying to, you know, save on cost for all the different molds and stuff since each of them are so unique. But yeah, so we have Hunter here, the leader of the team. He's got his little knife. And yeah, so I think it looks pretty good. Alright, looks like next up in our little Bad Batch crew, we have the Gog Droid. So Gog Droid, you know, actually did show a little bit of his purpose in the second to last episode that had come out. So I think that'd be episode 14, because I think there's 16 in the season, so it'd be number 14 where, you know, Gog Droid and Omega used them, plugged them into the ship so they can get out of there and escape. But I mean, you know, it looks pretty cool. It's just the same kind of Gonk build from like the Galaxy's Edge like Rebel transport ship. So nothing too cool, nothing too crazy. But I mean, he is a character in the Bad Batch and in the set. So I'll just show him off real quick. So there's a little Gonk. Also going through the set, I see that there are the 2 stickers here that actually have Aurebesh writing on it. So the one on the left, number 6, actually says history in the red text, and then the one on the right with the Venator and then the Separatist Dreadnought says Space Battles. Not sure what the relevance is to the set, but I just thought those were cool little details in there. So there's actually a little bit you throw in the ship there to give it a little bit more life. All right, our third Bad Batch minifigure we're going to have here is Tech, you know, the smart one of the group, because with 2 little twin blasters, he gets a little backpack added on, and he also has a double face because he does come with a separate piece of hair. So the front is going to be his goggles that he has on, most of the time. And then on the back is going to be him with just this quizzical look, because I guess he's a little curious about what's going on in his surroundings. So let's plug on his little hair, see what that looks like. So Tech actually gets that Peter Venkman like kind of hair where it's like kind of thinning a little bit, but I think it looks pretty good for like who he is as Tech. I think it looks pretty alright. Alright, and then we got his helmet, which is a custom mold. Alright, and with the helmet on, we now have Tech in his final form. His little visor thing does not move down or anything like that, and the mold is pretty big, like when it comes to scaling. But when it comes to custom molds that Lego's done, this is pretty good, honestly. I just wish it was a little bit smaller and the little visor moved, but either way, it looks pretty alright. So here we got Tech. Alright, here we got Wrecker, the tough guy of the group. He's got the big muscles. He's also got his eye out, so it's a nice little printing he got there on his face that like his eye is like, I guess blown up from some incident because he's got that scarring there. He also has the new like kind of chest piece that gives him the shoulders. It makes him a little bit more muscular looking. I know they also use the piece on the Dark Troopers in the Moff Gideon cruiser, and then also it's going to be on Paz Vizsla in the Armored Forge coming out later this year. So it's a pretty cool detail. The set actually gave me 2 of these. I think it was just like an accident, obviously, but I actually I have another one that's, printed, has the 99 on the side, and he gets this little blaster here as his weapon, so I kind of like it as the Clone Commando like esque blaster. And then we'll see him with his helmet on. Also, he doesn't, have any back printing on his face just because he's a bald character, so yeah. Alright, here now we got Wrecker with his helmet on. It's like the Iron Man helmet from the Avengers sets from like the video game Avengers, not the movies. But they just reprinted to have Wrecker's helmet on. So I think that's a pretty nice choice to go for when it comes to mimicking his helmet. This is probably the best choice for them to do. I've also seen options for like the Mandalorian helmet to do that, but I feel like this is probably the better bet to go with this one. Alright, and lastly, the final member of the Bad Batch, who was the most recent addition to the team, is Echo. Now, we've known Echo for a while as part of the Clone Wars, but, after the Bad Batch arc in Clone Wars, we see him now with his more paler complexion, which I think is pretty interesting if they kept that detail. And, he has the printing on the back of his head that's almost like Lobot from Empire Strikes Back. And on his right arm, where he has like a screwdriver, a scomp link arm, we don't have a unique piece for his hand, but it is grayed out to be different from his regular hand. And it has like a little bit of printing there that shows some of the machinery that is now a part of him. And also his little leg cloth pieces are printed on instead of it being an actual piece. I feel like that would have been a nice addition for like that cloth, how they used to do for some of the other troopers back when Clone Wars was at its peak when the sets were coming out. But overall, I think Echo's looking pretty good. All right, and here is Echo again, same mold as Crosshair and Hunter and the 501st guys. So it is keeping that little bit of a like I guess continuity there. I don't know. Like I feel like this would be the closest one to matching that style. So this one's pretty okay. It's got like that thin visor there. Pretty close to Crosshairs actually when it comes to like his printing and stuff like that. But yeah, so here's the final member of the team. Alright, so after a little bit we finally finished building the Bad Batch shuttle, which is called the Marauder, I want to say. It was around like episode 6 or so they called it the Marauder. But obviously it came out before the show, so it's just Bad Batch shuttle. Anyway, here it is for scale. It's pretty okay, I want to say. Ooh. The wings do come down like it's one of those older like shuttles, like similar to like the Emperor's like personal shuttle at the end of episode 3, which I thought was pretty interesting for like design. The design's like okay of the ship. Like looking at it here, I was like, the top fin seems a little bit like the proportions seem just a little bit off. Like the face of it is a little too big for the body, and the top fin here is a little small, I want to say. Also, it is just kind of built on this one side here. It's not like there's no piece in the middle that makes it so you build outwards both ways. So you have like the tops of the plates here and then the bottoms on this side, where from a distance looks pretty okay and symmetrical, but obviously this side looks a little bit better over here. So that probably could have been fixed up a little bit. Also, there is no mechanism or anything to make the wings move, like turning a switch like with the older Imperial shuttles, like Shuttle Tydirium and stuff like that. There's nothing that really you can turn to make it move, so you gotta just use your hands to move the wings up and down. But they do move pretty smoothly. And then there's like a stopping point here, so you can't move it up any further. And then they can just go down as far as they want. But I think they go about like right there. And then it flies around. It has little shooting mechanisms, as we just saw I shot by accident. There's one here, the one that's remaining. And then we'll look at also looking at the outside. So this piece here, the cockpit piece, is actually printed on. It's not a sticker. There are some other little stickers here and there, like these little back flaps by the engine. Those are stickers, but otherwise this is printed, which I thought was pretty interesting that they actually left that out of like the stickers, and it is printed. Color scheme wise, I want to say it's okay. I never really saw the ship as like this type of blue. I always saw it as a gray. There are some shots where it's a bit more bluish. I feel like similar to when we talked about the Boba Fett like armor, if they just got a color and like mixed them, like if they mixed the gray and the blue together and made the whole ship that color, I feel like that would have been translated a little bit better. But otherwise, yeah, I was like, we also have, I'm assuming these are the cannons on the front, and then also in the back we have the little rear gun here that Omega will hang out and like Wrecker shoots from and all that kind of stuff. So I just realized that is what that's supposed to be. Get a little closer, so come over here. Alright, so we have, everything laid out here. I did want to show off really quick because I noticed this once the set was like leaked and everything like that, which it unfortunately was. So here we have Crosshair speeder. So let me just get this right over here. So you see it's all like grayscale, and like because Crosshair has like that darker armor here because the Republic is phasing out and the Empire is coming in. But I did want to show it off next to the 501st Battle Pack speeder. You can see it's more or less, it is like the same build. I want to say it almost looks like the 501st one might be a little bit bigger, but that's definitely not true. It's just the way I'm looking at it. But here we can see that it is the same build, which I thought was a nice little continuity thing for them to do. The only difference is that the 501st one, besides the colors, provides these little blasters here on the side, but this one has little pieces for them, but there's nothing there actually for them. But yeah, so that's just that little comparison there. There's Crosshair speeder, has the little shooters on the end, and then we have the Bad Batch speeder. I guess that's what it looks like in the set. It's what Tech's writing on. This is just the lime green like speeder that Hunter uses when Fennec is chasing them, when he takes it from when they're on the planet. So that's just where the speeder came from as a way to like give the set a little bit more action and like play stuff. Yep, so again, I was like, here's the ship. Let me actually come around so we get a good look inside. So here's the shuttle. Let me just bring the wings down. And the cockpit actually does like move up just on a little hinge there, but it's best to just lift it all up at one piece, which I think it's pretty cool, I guess. There is no way to actually access the gun in the back. That's just for show. The cockpit can hold, looks like 2 minifigures, and then in the cargo hold, or like the main hull of the ship here, those stickers, I was talking about before, this actually lifts up as a little hatch, and there's a little crate here. You just get that out for like weapons, I guess, and stuff. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be, but this just slides on in here. And let me lock that up. So it is a nice snug fit, which is cool. But yeah, there's not much room in here for the figures. I was expecting maybe something for like the little hatch that opens for them to come out of the door here maybe. But there's not a lot of room there for anybody to really go inside. And I mean, yeah, that's essentially the shuttle. It does leave a lot to be desired. I will say, I mean, for the first Bad Batch, Jesus, I was like, yeah, definitely don't hold it by the fin to fly it, because that'll just come right off. For the first Bad Batch set, I mean, with not a lot to go off of, considering that the show didn't come out at the time, and they couldn't really do spoilers or stuff like that. It's okay. I mean, we still got a better look at the ship from Clone Wars and stuff like that, so yeah. I feel like it could have been a little bit better, like scaled up a bit, because, looking at it here again, the nose is a little bit larger there. And like even looking at the instructions, Obviously, it's just like for art or like the box art or something, but it looks a little bit bigger. I feel like the ship could have been scaled up a little bit, especially just in the back here. If they just scaled it up to the size of this, it would have been like this big or so. Like probably like out to here, just for like a little bit of an angle. Like probably like out to here or something like that. Because the wings are pretty big. Like the wings are pretty big. The main fin in the middle could a little bit better. But I mean, you know, that's just what I'm thinking. Like I feel like they could have done on that. Figures on the figure side, pretty good. Again, Crosshair could have used that rangefinder in the first place, but I threw in mine there to, you know, give it that little effect. But yeah, so as a whole, it's the Bad Batch shuttle, and I hope you guys enjoyed the little review. I'm trying to shorten these things up a little bit, but yeah. So thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, you can like it. If you want to add a comment or anything like that, just please go ahead. And yeah. Subscribe for more, as the people say, and I'll catch you guys next time in the next review. So hope you guys enjoyed the finale. See you later.